our international team. Okay, we're calling him again.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the beeping in my ear. Of that call.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I assume you can only hear me still.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? I guess probably not. I guess not. Amazing.
Oh man. Should we just type in the question? It's a bit weird.
Type in the questions into Skype. That'd be pretty unconventional, but I guess it works, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, it works. I think that works. That's
Yeah.
the potential result. You're pretty good at typing. He's okay. We can just okay. Well, I guess we're gonna do it so he'll listen to the stream.
Okay.
We can also type the questions as well.
Okay. So now just pretend that Rafa is on the moon.
Yeah.
And we have this like 4 seconds delay. Okay, yeah. So first of all, yeah, it was a great performance today, so congratulations for that. I guess just the first question I have, are you practicing for Quakecon? Is it going well, as we, are seeing, or just a comment about that?
The first question I have, are you practicing for Quakecon? Is it going well, as we, are seeing?
I love this.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Quakecon has a good tournament, and I've been practicing for it. But mostly right now, I've been practicing for the chance to go to Milan to play in the finals for this. It sucks that I had to miss out that 1 week. I'm definitely missing out on those points. But I'm trying my best to catch up somehow. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, right now I have been playing quite a bit, and I've been taking a break from Shootmania for about the past 3 to 4 weeks. We'll probably play like once the ESWC qualifiers are announced, but until then, like I'll just play some Quake and see what happens at QuakeCon.
All right. Second question is, you saw the announcement about DreamHack probably, so there will be no Quake at DreamHack Summer, of course, but there will be kind of a nice tournament for DreamHack Winter. Can we count on seeing you there?
That'll probably work out considering it's during Thanksgiving over here, so I'll have pretty much guaranteed time for sure to be able to make it. Yeah, so if I can manage to not get burnt out playing, then I'll just sing and I'll make sure that I'm in the best shape possible to go. Because if I go, I'm going to try to win. I'm not going just to go and maybe, have a nice placing. Like it's all about winning.
Yeah. I don't know. We have a long list of very interesting questions.
I'll probably shorten the list down on some, considering the format here. But is there anything else? Because I know you wanted to ask something that's actually on this list, so you should go ahead.
Yeah. So there was this situation on a Lost World where you were above Mega. It was this hectic kind of initial situation, and it seemed like you wanted to drop for Mega, and eventually you shot a rocket and killed yourself, and we were not really sure what happened there.
Oh, that was a total mistake. I thought he might rush to Mega because like he might be a little desperate based on the frag count. So I wanted to just get a quick angle, like as close to the entrance of that doorway as possible. And yeah, it blew myself up. So
okay.
Yeah, but it didn't end up hurting me too bad because I spawned over by LGYA, I think, and I managed to, get the guns that I needed to be able to maintain position and then do what I need to do from there. But I was kind of like, oh shit, just one of those things that happens.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else? Okay. So one of the stream viewers, Super Mario 2K, asked a cool question, which was, for you, who is a harder match, 04 or the Hang, and why?
I think that just depends on the maps, really. and just their shape on the day. They're both very, very tough opponents who have, like, their styles are so different, yet they're still so good. I'd say I probably have the hardest time with the hang on T7 and Toxicity, more so than the other maps. Just the way that he plays and how precise he is in especially his movement on that map. His movement is probably more crisp, and he gets to where he needs to be all the time, better than anyone right now on Toxicity. And then T7, he's been amazing on it for a long time. When it comes to 0-4, it's just he's got this style which this isn't to be rude, but it's kind of like an arrogant style, to where like he really believes that he's going to hit these shots sometimes, and he puts himself in situations where, like, I mean, if he missed them, it could be really bad, but he just hits them, and so then he pushes control, and he really likes to put pressure on people, and so sometimes, like, if I'm not, hitting it like normal, and I'm having a little bit of an off game, like, it can be really difficult, and it's really tough. You have to really maintain composure and be patient, and not get frustrated, because if you you'll start to lose timings on items when somebody's playing that well, and then everything just falls down from there. So you just have to keep believing that eventually, you'll catch him out one time, like he'll miss when he overextends, and yeah, and then you can get back in the game.
Nice. Anything else you want to ask, or shall I continue?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so have you been following the European scene? Of course, we've had all the FACEIT tournaments kind of lighting it alive recently. And if you have been following the European scene, are there any players that impress you particularly, maybe new or old?
I've been following it a little bit, like here and there when I've had a chance to watch some of the streams. I've tried to, especially since 125 FPS was coming up with their monthly final, and they were having the playoffs. There were a ton of good games. Excuse me, there were a ton of good games there, and some that I still need to check out. And then, of course, I've been trying to make sure I check out, as much as a FACEIT tournament as I can, without prohibiting me from getting warmed up for me to play. I'd say Evil, man. Like, I don't know if I've seen somebody aim as well, like, online as they do on LAN. Like, sometimes his aim and his style of aggression is so overwhelming. I don't think we've seen it before. And I know we've seen Strengths be really dominant online, and he won today. He played very well, but just the way that Evil's been playing for the past 6 months, yeah, he's been tearing it up.
Definitely.
Oh, and then Cooler, like, to see how he's come back into his shape pretty quickly, and that the fact that his aim is a little better than it used to be, I think that's been really nice to see, like, his style like that. But I feel like I had this problem for a little bit too. As my aim started to get better, I think I started to get a little too overconfident in a couple situations, and I think he's going through the same thing, because there's definitely some games that I've seen where he should have won, but he kind of, like, gets a little too greedy. So if he can just, like, tone that down a little bit, like, he'll be a monster.
Good stuff.
Yep.
So Nick Naper asked, what do you think of Apparition, and do you see any other new up-and-comers worth paying attention to in the American scene?
Well, the kid definitely has some talent, and when I was 14, he's definitely better than I was. But I think right now at the moment he's not mature enough to understand, like, his mistakes and, like, how to take losses properly, and, like, tries to make excuses for himself as far as, like, maps are concerned. Like, he's really good on a couple, but then the other ones, he'll say, like, oh, I've only played this so much, and, like, I don't have the experience. Well, that's the only person that's at fault is yourself. And if he can overcome that and, be okay with actually losing and then learning from it, like, he could be really good. Like, he's got the talent. Other than that, as far as, like, upcoming talent, I'm not too sure. So he's probably the brightest one that we have here in North America.
Okay, I have a few more questions. I don't want to keep you for too long. We didn't get to see your game against Sparks, but I heard that game was extremely close. Do you want to tell us about your game against Sparks?
Actually, all day today I had pretty close games. The first round I played some guy RZ56, and based on his pings, I decided to play LA because otherwise it'd be really unfair for him. So he had like 30 ping, I had 75, and DM6 I was down like 9-1, and I came back and brought it to overtime at 12-12 right before the clock, and I managed to win in it. And then next match was pretty easy, and then Sparks. Yeah, both matches we played DM6 and ZTN, and both were decided by one frag. Him again, I had to make a kill right, pretty much within the last 5 seconds to send it to overtime. And then ZTN, like I had monstrous control for a long time in the lead, but he would keep managing to escape situations and dealing a lot of damage. So then I'd have to like reset, and then I'd change it again, but then I couldn't, get the kill. So it was really, really close. And yeah, so that was a pretty tough matchup.
Okay, I have, let's see, what else do I have here? I have...
Really close.
the stream will kill me if I don't ask you who Stacy is, because they're just spamming that, and a lot of people have been very interested in that whole debacle recently.
Well, I mean, you're more than welcome to ask who it is, but I gotta say, you're too nice of a guy, and if I told you, I'd have to kill you. So I'm gonna keep it at that.
I was
Stacy
so
is
waiting
whoever
for
Stacy
this.
is. Yeah, and it's just been good to see him playing, and we'll see if he keeps playing some more.
Fair enough. Okay, next question I have is, this is always an interesting one. Being someone who's won so many tournaments and so on, of course you appreciate that so much goes into the mindset of someone who wins a tournament as opposed to someone who just makes it deep repeatedly but has the skill to win a tournament. So what do you think really makes a champion a tournament winner? What qualities?
Well, I think if you look at the top 8 players, maybe even top 10, you could say, like everybody has the potential, like the skill to win. I think the biggest thing between all of us is it just really comes down to your self-confidence, like believing that you can make, what you want to happen, like imposing your will on the opponent. And another thing is like not being emotional. Like the players that are the least emotional tend to do the best, because then they don't forget timings and they keep their head clear and they're always making the best decisions they possibly can. And I know that's something personally that I've done, consistently well for a long time. And I think that's one thing that really helped Evil at DreamHack in the winter is like you can't really tell if he's mad or not, when like watching him play and like his face and stuff like that, and he really tries to keep composed, no matter what goes on. So I think that's what helped him finally get, to a victory is like controlling himself and believing that he could do it. And yeah, I think that's the major thing is just always believing that you have a chance to do it and never doubting it.
Okay, fair enough. I think I'm out of questions more or less.
Yep,
Don't want to keep Rapha for too long. Anything else you want to add, or?
No, I just congratulations, and I'm happy to hear that you're eager to come to Milan for the awesome. Finals. So this guarantees a good streak of very interesting finals for the upcoming. Upcoming
it is
cups.
interesting because Hangin does have that advantage on points. He's not going to want to throw that away because Rapha missed that one cup. So yeah, so thanks a lot for the interview. It's great to see you play, and good luck in getting those points and being able to come to Milan.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I know if the Hang makes it to the finals next week, it's going to be a lot more difficult. I think it's just an off day from him, and yeah, I'm going to really, really have to work hard to get all the points I need. So yeah, and I'll see you guys next week.
Okay, so that's all from Rapha. I guess we can leave the call. And thanks, guys. I hope you've been enjoying everything that we've been providing you, all the Quake action and stuff. You can support us, like pressing that follow button, just like helping us with the numbers and stuff, because it helps us, and that helps you because we can do more. So that's really good. Go to FACEIT.com, register and stuff. And I don't think there's much more else I need to really say apart from thanks for watching. Again, we love you, and I hope you guys tune in next time for more Quake action from FACEIT TV. So thanks, Memento.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, and thanks to FACEIT for everything. I mean, it's just, for me, it's just always a good weekend if I can come here and do this kind of work with you guys. And yeah, I mean, let's just wait for another cup next week, and also during the week, all the cups that actually FACEIT offers. I mean, this is just great. So thank you guys for tuning in and staying so late. You're the true hardcore Quakes. I know some of you are been watching this like the whole day, like us. This is hardcore Quakers.
Okay.
So we love you.
Yeah, thanks guys, and we'll see you next time.